Both of you head down to the valley. Meet up with Dex.
Here.
What's up?
Through our base.
Commando droid. The hell's a commando droid doing here? Why the hell is this droid? What does it do here?
Droid, what is your identification?
And your reason for being here?
Who sent you?
Then why are you here? Who do you answer to? No one can replace A1.
You know A1. I remember seeing you. Obsessed with taking your sword, but you can never get it off. Exactly.
What are you doing, Hopper? Why are you messing with this IG unit? Where are you going? Sometimes I feel you're my only friend. Come on, let's find you a new place. This is the room, the cafe. Let's go on an adventure, you and me. Look. Over, snow and fire. Warm. Isn't it nice out here? Let's go on an adventure. Let's go on a mission. See you, Hope?
Coming down with the others, HK?
I don't know. Probably.
Alright.
The Copper Valley. And I have to... Come on, come with me. Let's go for a ride. You can fly. That's cheap. Here we are, Hopper. Whatever they did with their old base. Huh. Axis speeder.
Glad you can make it, HK.
Hey, you're finally here!
Testing off the old Holovid references, are we?
Bird!
You have one too?
Hey look, it's A1Z. Hey A1Z, what are you doing here? Look, A1Z's here. Now he's not.
That was an A1. You would have been talking our ear off before you even noticed him.
Does this bird have a name? What's your name, other bird?
Comes a BX droid. Right on cue.
There it is.
Took too long, BX.
What did you do?
Baby.
You set everything on fire.
Baby, why did you do that?
Can you just put the fire out? Hold on.
Hold on, over here, BX. I have some experimental voice modulators, some A1Z's old model. Hope it works. Speak. Should sound like A1Z.
Wait. You're not...
Hello?
Did anyone else hear that? Is he giving that droid A1's voice modulator? Oh god. Have mercy on us all.
Fuck, I'm gonna break it. Hold on. Forget it. Forget this one. There we fucking go.
I like Commander
You don't
droids
sound like
better.
a bland as fuck droid. Alright.
Navy. You're lucky. You hope we're still
Commander droids
fine.
don't say Roger,
Here's some
Roger.
old war stories. Fuck it. Fun thing to do. I also like being down here instead of like in the tent. It's much roomier. I'll listen in. I don't really have any that I remember.
Nobody's got any. I got a hell of a story to tell you guys. Alright. Go ahead then.
Okay, anyone have war stories? Waiting.
I'll tell mine then.
Alright. Tell about your Rom Coda adventures.
Oh, I got one. It's actually it was actually one of my last ones. It all started on the Outer Rim planet Typhon. There was a massive separatist presence there, bolstered by the indigenous population. They had nearly unbreakable defense. Even the militia couldn't get through. It was one of the few times Rom Coda actually accepted the help of the clones. We worked together with the 22nd Legion, a fairly new legion, mostly shinies. I was working together with the commander of the Legion, Commander Crust. He was an interesting guy, full of life, humor. He had a lot more personality than your average clone. He's a hell of a creative one too. Broke through that line without even... It felt like we weren't even trying when we broke through that line. You should have seen it. Ships... Saying it. There were ships... Fleet... It's like there were ships on both sides everywhere. Fighters pouring out of the RAS, Oh yeah. The RAS Prudence.
Lol.
things took a bit of a turn. The planet was unlike anything we'd ever seen before. The locals really knew their terrain, and the droids, the B1 droids, we barely even had any. Whatever was on that planet, the Separatists really wanted to keep it. They had their absolute best droids on the job. Commandos, spider droids, crab droids, octoterras, you name it. But working together with the Legion, we actually did manage to hold them back. Fighting was fierce, and a lot of people on both sides were lost. But it was nothing compared to the loss that we were about to face. You see, the thing about Typhon is, it's on the furthest edge of the Outer Rim. Communications took a long time to reach, and could only be transferred by a long-range transmitter. Coda, however, had a secret channel opened up, with a few relays, faster-than-light relays, spread around, path to the system. He was able to get messages faster. He was able to be in the know even quicker than the clones were, and that's just the way he liked it, huh?
Alright, let's go. Stay here.
I've been working
Oh, man.
reconstructing the... Someone to test pilot it. I've already test piloted it myself, I just want your opinion.
Dax.
Alright.
Just driving around this area, I'm gonna spectate it. Pray to God he doesn't crash it.
Has trouble fitting around tight spaces, but handles pretty well.
Dax. Is A1
Yeah.
gone for good?
I haven't heard back from the repair bay yet, but
What do you think?
apparently that... Oh yeah, like I said, hard to fit around tight spaces, but it handles really well.
Alright, we'll head back in. HK, tell us the story about your squad I've
Hold
heard
on.
about.
Sharpie Squad. You've heard of them. We've met two of them. Even held a funeral for one of them. Obsidian, Crimson, Hopper, Dull, and Hoper. The latter I've named my bird after. Dull had an extended training at that time, so he couldn't join us on that mission, but so they paid me to replace him. We went in, and it was hell. All the lads kept getting shot down immediately. We eventually got to the outpost we were trying to take, the Separatist outpost, and it was an important outpost. It was a communications relay. And there were a few commando droids in there. The others...
Are you talking about Rishi?
No.
Ah, sounds familiar.
it wasn't a Republic outpost, it was a Separatist outpost. The clones, they dealt with the other commandos, but I had to face a commando captain with a vibro sword. I just barely dodged it. And eventually, I grabbed a hold of him and ripped his head clean off. And eventually gave the sword to Obsidian. He killed the most commandos. Yeah, it was a victory. You have something, Dasani? Go ahead. Oh, he created you? Sorry about your loss. You had daughters. Hmm. It's a shame Dasani died the way he did. He should have died in battle.
Personality matrix.
How to explain what's so lively can be RHKs.
You guys remember Drac? Went by Nost? I'm starting to regret meeting him when he found me in the scrapyard. But if he didn't, I wouldn't be here today. I think we should hold a funeral for Dasani, and if everyone's unrecoverable, anyone as well.
Bond. That's
Did I ever tell you about the day I came here initially?
I think so.
Yeah, I can explain why.
do we have a comms tower down here?
Yeah.
Where is it?
I think it's, where is it? Wasn't it somewhere? Wasn't it over there? Well, I was surfing aboard the Mythic, and came to this planet, received a Republic distress call from this planet. It turned out to be a Separatist trap, and there was, I think, 3 Separatist ships opening fire on the Mythic, and it was damaged. Back then, I was only programming, no personality. So, I predicted that, I calculated that it's most likely a very high chance that I would be destroyed if I stayed aboard, so I stole an escape pod and left. Immediately before Calscarada... What the... Yeah. Immediately after, Calscarada ordered the ship to be abandoned. Not all got off, I heard. Hopper and Dull were still on there. Hopper, Crimson, and Obsidian got out, though. Unfortunately, Hopper's dead, crushed by his own lat. He was the dumb one of the group. That's why I named my bird after him. My bird doesn't fly so well. That's it for me. Any of you have any stories? Maybe? Wait, where did... Oh, it's over down there again.
Come on, Navy.
Happy stories are rare these days. I miss the Republic. Don't worry, we'll get you a new one.
HK. HK, get over here.
I think you gotta specify which one from now on.
Oh, you.
Yeah, I kinda figured. What is it?
We're receiving a transmission from what might be the boss, but it's encoded. In something that even he can't translate. Do you think you recognize it?
Which is...
I'll try and decode it. See if he left anything for me to decode. Like any decryption tools. Nah, I can't make any sense of it.
It was worth a shot.
Go back to your storytelling.
Alright.
Be here for a while.
Tavy's back. I can continue telling my story. Now, after we'd established a firm foothold on Typhon, things weren't looking too good for me, looking too good for our group or the clones. We were holding, but clones were starting to dwindle in number. But Commander Crust, he kept his spirits up. He kept the spirits of his men up too. It's amazing. I'd never seen anyone so inspiring other than Coda before. But at one point, Coda, he left for a moment. He said he needed to take a transmission from his source. He ended up, and eventually he came back with a grim and bitter look. He told us he received a distress signal, and that we need to head to the long-range transmission room. So we head over to the communications tower, and there we met Commander Crust and his high command. Crust had the holodeck out. A dark figure was being projected by it. We didn't hear what he had to say. He had just turned off. But then the moment that hologram turned off, Crumbs looked at me and Coda with an equally dead and bitter look, like the life had been drained out of him. Coda ordered me to open fire on the clone regiment. I struggled to do I couldn't think of why at first, but then Crust just started to raise his rifle at me. I was quicker. I took the shot, and the militiamen behind us took their shots as well. The Legion's entire high command was dead, right in front of us. And that's when Coda showed us the recording of the message he'd received. The clones had betrayed the Jedi, and they were about to kill us. And the rest of their Legion have received the message as well. I thought we were doomed at this point. Even though over half of the 22nd Legion was lost, there were still tons that were all bearing down on us at this point. Coda told us to hold strong, though, not to follow things at the first, not to take things at the first glance. He was right. Because we'd killed their high command, these clones, they seemed to have lost their coordination. They grew sloppy, and they had a hard time, and basically at this point they were fighting a battle on two fronts, against the converging separatists, against separatists converging inwards, and our militia converging outwards. We had them boxed in, and they didn't have a chance. Reinforcements started as soon as we destroyed the last clone on the surface. Reinforcements from the rest of the Legion started arriving from the RAS Prudence. We got in our ships, and began to fly straight for the ship. We strode the bottom of the vessel, the bomb and the sides, where we could avoid mostly to the bottom. That was where we could avoid most of the turbo lasers and torpedo launchers. We were able to shoot off a portion of the landing gear, its protective panel, and we were able to make a rather technical landing with our gunships in the landing gear wells.
Guess we're interrupted. To add on to that, during the rise of the Empire, I was down here. I was down here the whole time. I think I was deactivated. Coming, Dasani? Phew. Psyche. It has to be him. It has to be Psyche. I can't deal with this. Why would he be here? Don't open fire yet. I doubt you'll be able to damage his armor, if it is him. Looked like it landed on top. At least sounded like it. On the other side.
Let's head up there.
Alright. Oh.
Wait a minute, what the?
What? That's the boss's armor. Boss?